Hi guys, so in this video let's talk about why suffering exists, right? And I know it's a more serious topic. Usually I try to kind of be very positive and uplifting and motivate you guys and inspire you guys and maybe show you ways, you know, that are different and better to live your life and stuff, right? But this is a kind of a serious one, but it's a very important topic, right? So why does suffering exist? And that's a question that a lot of people have, right? As you go through your life, you see a lot of bad stuff happen to good people, right? You see people suffer. You maybe experience suffering yourself, right? So why why does that happen, right? Well, and I'll explain the second part, right? A big kind of explanation, how to see it in a different light, right? Because when bad stuff happens to us, right, or what we perceive as bad, you know, or things in general, when they happen, you attach a label to it, right? This was bad, this was good, this was all really positive, this was really negative, right? And then, some of the bad stuff that happens to us, we focus on a lot, right? We relive it, we think about it. Why did this happen to me? Why do I deserve this? Maybe, right? But that's a very simple kind of superficial perspective on it, right? That something happened and you just said, well, this was so horrible, and I was in pain for a year, or then maybe it was physical pain, or maybe then you relive it. It was some mental trauma, right? And then you relive it mentally for the next 5-10 years, right? But a higher kind of understanding of suffering and pain and what we may perceive as problems in our life, right, is that good things come from challenges, right? Good things come from suffering sometimes, right? Some good aspects, when you look back later on it, right, may have emerged from something that you perceived previously as very, very negative, right? So you don't know how anything that happens in your life will affect you later on, right? Maybe something bad happened that you perceived as bad, and it steered you into a different direction, right? Maybe something you suffered, in whatever way you suffered, right? And then it made you seek, deeper spiritual relationship, right? Or relationship with God, or it made you a better man or a better woman, right? And then it's a trickle effect, right? And then you affect more positively others, right? So it's very difficult, right? Like I said at the beginning, it's a very loaded topic. Let me give you a really kind of like just an example, right? Let's say a young teenage kid, or however old he is, breaks his leg, right? And it's during maybe nice weather and stuff, and oh, the parents and the kid, like, oh, why did this have to happen, right? um, he's gonna miss out on so much, right? But let's say you add an important detail, right? Maybe this is at a part of the world where a war breaks out, right? And then let's say the army comes, and to recruit young men, right? Because that's usually how it works, to fight in the war, right? Because he had a broken leg, they don't take him, and then surely in that war he would have died, right? Let's say it's a superficial kind of made up example, right? But let's say that happened. Well, then, is him breaking the leg still bad, right? Or is it maybe well, not good, but you see it in a different light, right? Well, if he would have went to war, he would have died. So a broken leg might seem like a miracle, in a positive miracle in that situation, right? So it comes back to, you don't know how it will affect you later in your life, right? You don't know how it will make you maybe change, right, later on in your life. If you did, then you can, call a spade, right? Oh, this was bad, this was wrong, this, I suffered for no reason, no purpose. But you don't know that, right? I don't know that, you don't know that. Therefore, if you don't know how it will deter maybe you in a different direction, right? It will push you into a different direction. You cannot label anything, good or bad, this or that, right? You can kind of just observe as things happen, deal with them, but not attach so many labels to it, right? And so many definitions to it. Um, because a lot of the times, like I said, from a higher perspective, there's a reason for why something happened, right? Why you had to suffer, right? Why you had to go through a challenge, right? And then one day you look back and you see what it made of you, right? Or what path it led you on, right? So this is only kind of like one part and one shorter part explanation of why suffering exists, right? um, and I will definitely expand on this kind of topic in the future, because like I said, there's so many parts to it, right? And it's very hard to cover everything in one video, and kind of to cover um, every idea, every concept about this, right? But it's, like I said before, it's really coming stepping back and looking at it from a different perspective, a little um, higher understanding, okay? um, and you will see it differently, and maybe you won't attach those labels, right, to whatever happened to you. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, like, share this video, or leave a comment, right? um, your own understanding of suffering, right? And maybe give us an example of something that happened in your life where you thought it was very negative. How can this happen to me? And at the end, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, right? Because that happens so much in my life, and I know it has happened in your life when you actually sit down and reflect, clearly upon certain instances. So, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.